Sebastian Vettel Martinez, MMAnytt, here in Houston, Texas for UFC 192, where Tyron, the chosen one, Woodley, faces off with Johny Hendricks in what is a fight that may have title implications. What do you think?
It has title complications. You said it right the first time. I think the best thing is just to focus on the fight. Focus on him. Focus on being victorious. He's a former champion. Every loss that he's had has been a split decision loss, so he can argue that he should be undefeated in his career. With that type of opponent in front of you, it'd be silly to kind of look down the road. So that's what I'm focusing on, going out there and getting the job done.
All right. Well, if we take something less serious to heart, I'm a huge fan of, West Coast hip-hop, and I was very glad to see you show up in Straight Outta Compton. Very good movie. First of all, how did you get involved in that whole process and that production?
Well, the stunt coordinator, he's also a director. He's directing Chicago PD right now. Is a gentleman named Len Oding. He's actually from Houston. He was supposed to be at the fight. Okay. He connected. He sent my headshots to the director. They like my look. They like, the way I speak, the way I move, and they wanted me to be a part of the film. And actually cast it for a different character before. I didn't want to shave my beard. And I see you guys know about the beard. Yeah. We got some nice beard kits in the process on the way out. So I didn't want to shave my beard off. Usually if I do something in a movie where I'm like a tactical or Secret Service or something like that, they make me shave my beard off. So I kind of know it. But this one, I'm like, this is a hood movie. Why should I have to shave my beard off? So I kind of politic for it. Then at the last minute, they switched my character. So I had a more notable role. I got that one line off that you guys saw. And then I had a chance to, be around Ice Cube a little bit more in the movie, and it worked out well for me.
And what was it like seeing yourself in a movie about these legends?
It was history, and I was glad to be a part of it. Those guys really broke the ground for gangster rap. Those guys were the street reporters that told what was going on in their neighborhood. A lot of injustices with the police enforcement and brutality and profiling. And then as that moment was happening, where I'm from Ferguson, so at the same exact time we're filming riot scenes in the movie, riots were going on in Ferguson. So it's kind of cool for me that I can use that to go back and speak to kids and, try to bring them out of a bad situation.
All right, and what's your favorite Ice Cube song in that case?
Summer Vacation, because he's talking about St. Louis, so we got to go with that one.
Check Yourself for me every day of the week.
Or what's the one? Today Was a Good Day. That's a good one.
That's a very good one too, classic. All right, well now, back to the more serious. Now, how has training been looking for this? Like, do you change your preparation like a lot depending on who you're fighting, or do you just kind of do small tweaks here and there? Because obviously, Hendricks is a guy who has a style that is a little bit reminiscent of yours.
You don't change your style completely, but you do have to acknowledge the guy's strengths, and you got to acknowledge what he does really well. And it would be silly for you to put yourself in a position where you're kind of, leaning towards his game plan. So I basically evaluated him through film, through breakdowns, stats, analytics, anything you could think of, and I see what his best positions are. And we found a way to form my positions around that one, or avoid those positions, or put him in positions where he's not comfortable, which just so happened that I'm comfortable in. So that's what we plan on doing.
And if you look at his losses, is there any fight in particular where his opponent did something, or maybe he did something, or you think like, okay, that's something that I can do?
It's actually some of his victories. I looked at some of his victories, like T.J. Grant and Mike Pierce. They did some things very well against him, even though they lost. They did some things very well that you can have some great takeaways from.
And now, if we look at your past fights. You were talking previously with Ariel about, the Jake Shields fight, which I can imagine was a very frustrating one for you. But when you look at your losses, like, which one do you think has been the most beneficial for you in terms of a learning process?
For sure the Nate Marquardt loss. I went out there and fought a bigger guy who probably had some extra supplements to help him out. And, I went out there and I went after him, man. It was a great, entertaining fight. It broke me out of my shell. The things that I was fearful of before, being undefeated, losing in a big fight in front of my family, 4 world title. I got all those things out of the way. Nothing else can happen to me that's worse than that happened to me at that moment. So it kind of shook me up. But, what I did after that, how I came back and how I, steamrolled Jay Heron and went on this nice little win streak, it defined who I am as a person and a fighter.
All right. And now, should you win against Hendricks?
I win.
When you win. You will most likely be fighting for the title, but who has that title is not yet sure because Robbie Lawler will be facing off with Carlos Condit. Who do you see winning that bout?
That's even more the reason not to have to focus on it because, one, I have to get through Johny Hendricks. Two, they haven't even fought their fight yet, so to know who I'm fighting would even be, make sense to even discuss.
But if you're a betting man, I mean, who do you put your money on, Lawler or Condit?
I put my money on myself.
All right, that's a very good answer. Finally, what's your message for the fans who are going to be showing up both here and across the world tuning in on screens to see you fight Johny Hendricks?
Fans, thank you, one, for the support to make UFC what it is today. Obviously, this has been a long journey for me. I plan on taking one more step forward towards being a world champion, being the best in the world, and it's going to basically take me getting through a guy like Johny Hendricks, and I'm ready for it, and I'm planning for it, and I'm prepared for it, and I plan on you guys getting a great performance out of me on Saturday.
Pretty sure with fans looking forward to that. This was Sebastian Mel Martinez, MMAnytt, here with the owner of a pound-for-pound best beard in the division, Tyron Woodley. Thank you very much. Good luck in the fight.